In a small town, lost among the dense forests of Maine, stood an old castle known to the locals as Castle Blackwood. It was said that its walls held dark secrets and curses that could not leave the place for centuries. No one dared approach it after dark. One summer day, a group of friends, Jennifer, Mike, Emily, and Tom, decided to spend a weekend in this mysterious place. They were not only interested in ghost stories, but also in the possibility of unraveling the castle's secrets. They packed tents, flashlights, and decided to explore Blackwood Castle, not suspecting that their adventure would turn out to be a real nightmare. When the friends arrived at the castle, the sun was already beginning to set, casting a golden light on the castle walls. Jennifer, always the bravest and most determined of the group, suggested they take a look around the inside. They entered the castle and immediately they were overcome with the feeling as if someone was watching them. It was dark and cold inside and the walls were covered in cobwebs, as if the castle hadn't seen people in years. The first room they explored was the library. Ancient books dusted the shelves, and in the center stood a large table covered with a cracked white bedspread. Emily, engrossed in reading, opened one of the books and soon came across strange symbols and spells. She showed them to her friends, but Jennifer's interest was focused on something else. In the corner of the room, she noticed an old painting of a man with a penetrating gaze. His eyes seemed alive, and they seemed to follow her friend's every move. As night enveloped the castle, the friends decided to light a fire in the courtyard and tell scary stories. Mike, always fond of pulling pranks, began to tell about the Curse of Blackwood, which he said was that anyone who dared to stay in the castle overnight fell victim to an ancient spirit that found no peace. It is said that he takes the souls of those who disturb his peace, he pronounced, looking at his friends with a sly smile. But at that moment the wind increased, and a strange noise came from deep in the forest, as if someone was calling their names. The friends froze, but Jennifer decided it was just the wind and a call to adventure. They went back inside the castle, and in one of the rooms, they came across an old chest. Opening it, they found some strange artifacts, ancient coins, jewelry, and finally, a dark amulet decorated with the same symbols that were in Emily's book. Unpredictable consequences. As soon as Jennifer put on the amulet, the unforeseen began. Suddenly, heavy footsteps were heard in the castle, and the doors slammed shut with a thunderous crash. The friends panicked and started looking for a way out, but all paths seemed blocked. Suddenly, a silhouette resembling the man from the painting appeared out of the shadows. His eyes burned brightly and he uttered words that made the blood freeze in their veins. "You have disturbed my peace. Now you must pay the price." The battle for salvation. The friends, realizing they were trapped, tried to resist the spirit. Emily remembered the spells from the book she had found. She began to read aloud, hoping it would help them. However, every syllable uttered only provoked the anger of the spirit, which was getting closer to them with every passing moment. At this point, Mike, remembering the amulet, took a desperate step. He snatched the amulet from Jennifer's hands and threw it into the fire. With a bright burst of flame engulfed the amulet, and suddenly the castle was filled with a deafening scream. The friends covered their ears, but the scream was unbearable. The morning after the nightmare. When morning finally came, the castle was quiet and silent again. The friends made their way outside, but they were not who they had been before the night. Their faces were pale and their eyes read tiredness and fear. They vowed never to return to Castle Blackwood again. However, each of them knew that there was a part of that night left in their hearts that would haunt them for the rest of their lives. The castle stood majestically as before, hiding dark secrets within its walls, waiting for new victims who would dare to unravel its secrets.